Helen, welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. The Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, CIBN, has engaged the leadership and members of the Senate Committee on the passage of the proposed CIBN Act bill. The President and Chairman of Council of CIBN, Dr. Ken Okpara, disclosed this when he led a team from the Institute to the Senate. The team's visit was meant to seek Senate's favorable disposition towards the proposed CIBN Act bill and share critical thoughts on key issues affecting the banking and finance industry. Okpara commended the committee for the support it has given to the Institute towards the review of the extant laws in the financial sector. The House of Representatives has queried Access Bank, Citibank, Ecobank and Fidelity Bank over 11.632 trillion revenue collected on behalf of the federal government through the Remitter platform between 2015 and 2022 fiscal years. Bamidele Salam, Chairman, House Committee on Public Accounts, issued the query at the resumed investigative hearing on alleged revenue leakages through the Remitter platform in Abuja. The committee demanded all the agreements signed between all the participating domestic banks and System Spec and Remitter during the period under review. The House of Representatives have passed for second reading a bill to provide for the establishment of state police in the country. Sponsored by the Deputy Speaker of the House, Benjamin Kalu, and 14 others, the bill seeks to alter the relevant sections of the 1999 Constitution to pave the way for states to establish their own policing outfit. As lawmakers took turns to contribute to the debate on the floor of the House during the day's plenary, Kalu, who stood in for the Speaker, Abbas Tajuddin, urged members to look beyond political ambitions and think about the safety of Nigerians and Nigeria. The federal government says it will give more attention to fixing roads and seek some remedies on the cost of gas and import duties to bring down the astronomical price of cement nationwide. This is part of the communique that was reached during a meeting between the government and the major cement manufacturers in Abuja. Senator David Umahi, Minister of Works, and his counterpart, Minister of Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anite, and the three major cement manufacturers signed the communique. According to the document, the government has taken note of the challenges enumerated by the manufacturers, which include cost of gas, high import duty and spare parts, bad road network, high foreign exchange, and the smuggling of cement to neighboring nations. Now, the Eastern Naval Command of the Nigerian Navy says the Navy saved the nation of 95 billion naira through the operations of the command between April 2023 and February 2024. This was disclosed in Calabar by Rear Admiral Olushola Oluwagbire during a parade to mark the end of his tour of duty as the flag officer commanding Eastern Naval Command. Following last year's ultimatum by President Bola Tinubu to the service chiefs and heads of security and intelligence agency to crush perpetrators of oil theft, there has been an increased onslaught on oil theft in the country. In January, the Nigerian Army said it's destroyed 233 Lego refineries in the Niger Delta region and arrested 112 suspected oil thieves in 2023. Moving on, the Nigerian Customs Service Kano Area Command says it has intercepted 4 trucks of food items as part of efforts to tackle smuggling. This is contained in a statement by the spokesman of the service, Saidu Nuruddin in Kano. He says that personnel of the service intercepted the vehicles transporting a significant quantity of food items intended for illegal export along the Hadejia-Tauraringim axis in Jigawa. The items include 1,505 cartons of big and small seized dry fish, 17 bags of local variety rice, and 2 bags of beans. Nuruddin urged members of the public to provide credible information to enable it to stem smuggling. The police in Kaduna have arrested 4 suspects for alleged armed robbery in the state. The spokesman of the command, ASP Mansur Hassan, stated that the suspects allegedly terrorized some communities in the state. He said the suspects allegedly robbed innocent citizens of motorcycles and other valuables, along Ado Gwaran in Mahuta community in Igabi local government area of the state. Hassan said the police recovered 5 vehicle number plates, spare parts, and new SIM cards from the suspects. The command recorded a significant feat as a sequel to proactive measures adopted by the Commissioner of Police, Audu Ali. You're watching the news cycle coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When news cycle returns, UK court to hear final Assange appeal against extradition to US. The news continues shortly with details of this and more stories right after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, if you've just joined us, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of the news cycle. Many residents of Lagos communities were left stranded as a result of flood following the downpour that left many houses submerged in the Alimosho local government area of the state. The rain, which started around 6 a.m. on Tuesday in most parts of the metropolis, took over streets and bridges, hindering vehicular movement. The most affected communities include Abulegba, Command, Agege, and Egbeda areas of Lagos. Meanwhile, emergency responders from both the state and federal government agencies were on ground to rescue the trapped victims. Members of the major energies marketers of Nigeria says it would be illegal to negotiate and fix the cost of lifting fuel with members of the National Association of Transport Owners. The NATO President Yusuf Othman had in a letter to truck drivers who were members of other unions and associations said NATO had made several efforts to secure negotiations for appropriate and commensurate freight rates for its operations from all authorities concerned in the industry, especially the major marketers, without any positive result. However, the major marketers said the decision of NATO to stop transporting fuel may not have much effect on its members, some of whom now have separate transporters. On the foreign scene, the U.S. has proposed a draft resolution at the UN Security Council, which calls for a temporary ceasefire in Gaza. It has also warned Israel against invading the overcrowded city of Rafah. The U.S. has previously avoided the word ceasefire during UN votes on the war, but President Joe Biden has made similar comments. However, the U.S. plans to veto another draft resolution from Algeria, which calls for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire. More than 1 million displaced Palestinians, who represent about half of Gaza's population, are crammed into Rafah after being forced to seek shelter there. The High Court in London has begun hearing WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange's final UK appeal against extradition to the United States to face trial over publishing secret military and diplomatic files. Washington wants the 52-year-old Australian citizen extradited after he was charged there multiple times between 2018 and 2020 in connection with WikiLeaks' 2010 publication of files relating to the US-led wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. If this week's two-day bid to appeal is successful, he will have another chance to argue his case in a London court with a date set for a full hearing. If he loses, Assange will have exhausted all UK appeals and will enter the extradition process, although his team have indicated they will appeal to European courts. Now let's take a quick look at the business desk. The National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, has advocated for the incorporation of artificial intelligence, AI, into Nigeria's security framework to improve outcomes. The Director General of the agency, Kashifu Inuwa, issued this call during a meeting with the Commandant of the National Institute for Security Studies, NISS, A.S. Adeleke, who was represented by the Deputy Commandant, D.E. Egbeji. A statement from the agency conveyed that Inuwa emphasized the distinct methods employed by the security and information technology IT sectors. Now, the federal government has concluded plans to install biometric clearance gates for the Nigerian Immigration Service at the international airports in the country. The gates are expected to be ready at these airports by March 2024. The international airports in Nigeria where the facilities will be installed are the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, Malam Aminu Kano International Airport in Port Harcourt, Malam Aminu Kano International Airport in Kano, Port Harcourt International Airport in Port Harcourt, and Akanu Ibiam International Airport in Enugu. When put to use, the gates would provide seamless clearance service for passengers entering the country through any of the international airports. The Naira continued its downward trend against the United States dollar at the official and parallel foreign exchange market, much to the despair of citizens. This was as the parallel segment of the foreign exchange market recorded a new all-time low for the Naira, which depreciated to 1,730 Naira per dollar. It was learned that the development led operatives to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to raid some Bureau de Change operators outlets in Abuja, arresting currency traders suspected to be speculating against the Naira. This represents 60 Naira or 3.59% drop from the 1,670 Naira per dollar recorded at the close of trade at the black market. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, has given assurance that all imported fuels had undergone comprehensive quality recertification. Ayo Cardoso, coordinator Southwest Region of NMDPRA, gave the assurance in Lagos. He reacted to claims by some Lagos residents that petrol currently being dispensed in some filling stations burns faster than usual. The NMDPRA coordinator said all imported fuels undergo comprehensive quality recertification and must be within acceptable limits in line with SON and NIS specifications before the vessels are allowed to discharge into various depots. And now in sports, Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard said he's confident that the Gunners can win the Champions League and Premier League titles. The 5-0 win at Burnley meant the Gunners have kicked off a calendar year with 5 straight league wins for the first time in their history. Arteta's second-place side are 2 points behind leaders Liverpool and now turn their attention to European action. Arsenal have won 5 on the trot and scored 21 in the process, having followed up last weekend's 6-0 win at West Ham with a 5-star performance at Burnley. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, has reached an agreement in principle for the 2025 Cup of Nations to be played in July and August next year in Morocco. Earlier this month, CAF President Patrice Motsepe refused to confirm the dates of the next Africa Cup of Nations with organizers left with little time to stage a qualifying competition where it to be held in January and February. However, playing it in June and July next year would mean a clash with FIFA's expanded Club World Cup, which is due to take place in North America. And on entertainment, music icon Idris Abdulkarim has emphasized his pivotal role in paving the way for current Afrobeat stars such as Burna Boy, Wizkid and Davido. He discussed how he played a vital role in the success of the raving Nigerian artist. According to Idris, he led the movement that resulted in the global recognition that Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido and other Nigerian artists enjoy today. Idris attributed the international appreciation of Nigerian artists today to his protest against the mistreatment of them by show promoters in 2004, notably during a clash with American rapper 50 Cent and his G-Unit bandmate in Nigeria. Former Strictly Come Dancing performer Robin Bobby Windsor has died at age 44. Windsor was a professional Latin and ballroom dancer who appeared on the BBC show from 2010 to 2015, partnering with celebrities Patsy Kensit, Anita Dobson, Lisa Riley, and Deborah Medin. He also appeared with Susanna Reid in the 2011 Children in Need special and with This Morning anchor Alison Hammond in the 2015 Christmas special. He had most recently performed in the theatrical musical Come What May, a Moulin Rouge tribute. And that's it on News Cycle, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.